Hi, my name is Phil Parks, and I've recently joined the Senior Life team here in Ohio on a part-time basis. My regular job? I provide sales management to small and mid-sized companies on an outsourced basis. So one of the things that I've heard from Jill and I've heard from Michelle is that we have some maybe unethical practices that happen after we get through with a sale. So I wanted to touch base with you and say, hey, here's a couple of ideas that I would normally suggest to my customers, and since we're now all on the same team, I'd like to suggest it to you. So let's start to understand the mindset of the competition so that we can then formulate how you want to say in your words to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, hey, here's what is going to happen when I leave the house. So roughly 80 million people lost their jobs last year, and some of them sprinkled into the insurance industry. Happens every year. But when you have desperate people trying to make an income, sometimes unethical business practices happen. Sometimes those unethical business practices are actually what their sales managers and owners are pressuring them to do. So how does that relate to us? Well, we have a product that we sell, which is a huge differentiator, which is the legacy product. And at the conclusion, if you really think about it, at the end of our sale, how could anybody possibly not want that legacy product? But what I've heard from Michelle and Jill is that our competition will come in, remove the policy, remove the business card, take it out to their car, do a pressure, arm-twisting job on selling the product, and after Mr. and Mrs. Smith have signed on to a new product, they may be saying, holy smokes, I don't want this. I want to get that senior life person back. Where's their information? Well, it's gone. So if we preemptively say to Mr. and Mrs. Smith at the conclusion of our sale, hey, here's something that you can expect. And I just want to warn you that there are some unethical people in our business. Hopefully you don't think I'm one of them, but here's some of the practices that can happen. And one of them is, you'll see them ask for the policy, just like I asked for your policy today, but they don't hand it back to you. They put it into their briefcase. They put it into their folder. And my business card. What they're doing is they're removing any opportunity for you to get back in touch with me. That's your property. They should not keep it. And when you see this type of activity, you should say, excuse me, sir, excuse me, ma'am, could I please have my policy back? And get it back, get the business card, get everything that they've taken from you, and then ask them to leave the house. So basically what we're saying is, let's be preemptive. Let's cut the knees off of our competition before they even get started. When Mr. and Mrs. Smith starts to see the unethical behavior that you've pre-described to them, they should ask the competition to leave. My hope is that this is going to help us keep more business on the book and not have us going back out and trying to rewrite something that we've already written, because the chances of that happening, now Mr. and Mrs. Smith are very embarrassed. They've signed on to another product. They don't want to face you. They feel stupid for having that happen. And it's a very large hill to climb to re-sign that client. So let's get a little bit more business to stay on the books. We all make a lot of money when that happens, and be a little bit preemptive on the practices that not only I've mentioned here, that you've also learned out in the field, that some of these unethical practices that take business away from us after we've left the sale. I hope this helps, and I hope it keeps the persistency rate high for everybody out there, and thank you for giving me the 4 or 5 minutes that you gave me. Good night.